Hello, just wanted to make a video to talk about just underlining something that's really important, I think, about myths, because I was taking courses on myths and of Greek and Romans, and in Epic of Gilgamesh. So the myth writing has started with the first civilizations, the first cities, and that's with the government. And it was usually the rulers that were inventing a narrative to explain that their city is powerful. For example, there's a Roman myth that is about Romulus and Reno, something like that. And so these characters are uh, has to do with the mythology gods, the gods of Rome, and this is justifying that the city was built or is under the divine forces, because the foundation of the city has been has happened against all odds. So there's a difference between creation story, which is explaining the universe, how it was born, but there's also foundation myths of explaining how a city was born. So this is explaining that the city is linked toward to the divine, and so this is used. The story narrative is used by the leaders, the kings, to say that they are the chosen people, they are the elites, and they are descendants of the legendary heroes that have faced all these challenges and have overcome all these challenges. So they the through miracles and through divine interventions. So this is explaining that, giving the right to for the rulers, that they are the ones that need to be we need to be submitting to them and obeying them, because they are more than just humans. They're not just random people. They are linked towards the mythology. So the mythology of uh, Rome was inspired by the mythology of Greece. So they are basically taking the same characters, making a little different, making little adjustments in the story, and making them their own nationality, changing the names. It was Hercules in Rome, Heracles in Greek, but it's basically the same story. So they copied a lot of the Homer epic, and the heroes. They just changed the name, so you can really see that it's just plagiarism. The Bible, same thing. The Bible, they plagiarized the Babylonian myths. They were aware of it. They copied it, and they copied the certain elements, and so to bring it back to the Jehovah's Witnesses, uh, the mythology of the Jehovah's Witnesses is the leaders of the Jehovah's Witnesses are using the Bible as a way to justify that they are in right to be the rulers, because they are a part of the prophecy. They're part of they have a leading role in the story. When you talk about 1914, the early disciples, the Jesus, the beginning of the universe. So all the stories, all the myths linked together to bring and to bring it to this early this little group of people that are revealed, revelation of the truth and the proper interpretation of the Bible, and to bring back the true worship and supposedly that the people that are in charge are these people. They are the little elite group that fit into this story, this narrative. So very convenient, but the story is actually made by the rulers to justify their leadership and their role. So for me in my life, I at a certain point I thought I'm a villain. And because I was watching too many Marvel movies, and I always thought that the villain is much more interesting than the hero and more moral. I can relate to the villain much better. So for me, I was thinking that, and my mother used to say, "Don't believe that that is true when you watch TV. That's just fake." And I thought, why is she reminding me that? Of course, I know that's fake. So I just thought maybe if I think that it's not fake and I mix fiction and reality, this is called psychosis. Uh, Makes me that my narrative was uh, I have a psychosis and I believe that I am a character in a Marvel movie and I'm on my way of becoming the villain. So that's my narrative. Usually, that story has been taken from because a story you don't have the rights, you don't have the copyright on that, so anybody can just take that story and replace the character, and so the characters would not be me, but it would be you fill in the blank. So in this case, the main character, the hero, the most prevalent role would be me in the story. But in if you change the narrative and you put a different role, then I'm not the person that is doing the exciting things. I'm the person that is being helped and really not having a nice role at all. So I'm thinking this about myself because the way that I see myself was I'm thinking I'm gonna be saving all these people. I'm gonna be going to be an example for homeless people. I'm gonna be going through addictions. I'm going to be going through homelessness. And this is not gonna be preventing me from doing anything. I'm gonna still be accomplishing things after that and very busy. And that is making myself being a role model for everybody that has been ever homeless or had addictions. So whenever somebody would say, I can't do it because this is my excuse because I've had addictions in the past or I've had homelessness in the past. This is just justifying inaction, and I thought it's not an excuse. And just because you've had challenges in your life, it doesn't mean that you can not make any effort after that. So for me, in that narrative, I'm the savior. I'm the person that is gonna show up and help these people. Just like I'm thinking, whenever there's people that you see in the news that they seem to be requiring help. But when I actually made that move to go to Montreal and I met the shelter people, well, surprise, surprise, they didn't want my help. They didn't need my help. I was there for nothing. Uh, they can manage much better without me. So uh, maybe it was me that needed them more because they were more free and had more fun in life. Uh, so just to say that being a savior sometimes is not the being the hero is never the right, in my opinion, is never the right place because you're You're interfering with things that you don't know about. You don't. You're, you're interfering with things that have nothing to do with nothing that you know. So it's not your business. So don't try to save other people. So, and as to be the person being saved, same thing. A lot of the time, you don't want to be saved. A lot of the time, I'm thinking with my parents. My parents, okay, well, when I talk to them, of course, because they're Jehovah's Witness, they are worried and they think, maybe how's his spirituality? And if he's not like it, they probably saw the videos and they think, maybe he's having some temptations or things like that. So maybe they're worried and they think, oh, I wouldn't want my son to ever leave Jehovah, and if he is taking that path, then that means that maybe he has mental problems, because you Josuans are always associating doubts, or not even, I don't even have any doubts, but any sign of whether that's justified or not, that they are uh, having mental illness. And so my parents are like, well, I'm gonna save him, or I'm gonna support him. You need to meet with the elders and try to fix your spirituality, try to help you. And I never had really that. It's not even mental illness. It's just me being me. So there's no reason to worry. There's no reason to become the savior. I'm gonna be stepping up and fixing things, and there's no problem. Like I said, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So yeah, the narrative is a really it's a tool that people, the myths are a tool that the people in the power are using to justify their position, and they're requiring the obedience of people, because their story is explaining that they have overcome so many things to get there, and they've even had miracles happen. So this is a very special place, a very special relationship that we have. So there, that's my understanding. Thank you. Bye.